Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into the world of ancient Japan to uncover some incredible weapons you won't believe existed. We're talking weapons so brutal, so effective, and so metal, they'd make even the Doomslayer jealous. From bone-crushing clubs to bladed chains that spin faster than a fidget spinner in a tornado, we're about to explore the arsenal of the samurai and other warriors of old. So strap yourselves in, get ready for some history, and prepare to have your minds blown. Stay tuned. Alright folks, first up we've got the Kanabo. This isn't just any weapon, it's a symbol of raw, unfiltered power. Imagine, if you will, a weapon so simple yet so brutally effective that it could turn a fully armored samurai into paste. The Kanabo is a testament to the idea that sometimes brute force is the best solution. This ain't your mama's rolling pin, folks. This is the Kanabo, a massive spiked club that looks like it was ripped straight out of a Dark Souls game. Its spikes are designed to pierce through armor and flesh alike, leaving devastation in its wake. Picture this. You're a warrior on the battlefield, decked out in layers of armor, feeling all invincible. You've trained for years, honing your skills, perfecting your techniques. Suddenly, you hear a roar, and this absolute unit of a human comes charging at you, wielding a Kanabo the size of a small tree. The ground shakes with each of their steps, and you can feel the air vibrate with the sheer force of their presence. You try to block, but it's like trying to stop a runaway train with a toothpick. The impact reverberates through your entire body, and you realize that no amount of training could have prepared you for this. The Kanabo slams into you with the force of 1,000 suns. Your armor crumples like paper, bones shatter, and you're left wondering what hit you. It's a weapon that doesn't just defeat you, it obliterates you. That's the Kanabo for you, my friends. It's a weapon that doesn't care about your fancy armor or your martial arts skills. It's all about raw power and delivering a one-way ticket to oblivion. It's all about raw power and delivering a one-way ticket to oblivion. The sheer brutality of the Kanabo is unmatched, and its presence on the battlefield was enough to strike fear into the hearts of even the bravest warriors. And you know what the best part is? They actually used these things. In the hands of a skilled warrior, the Kanabo was a force to be reckoned with, capable of changing the tide of battle with a single swing. Can you imagine the sheer strength it took to wield one of these bad boys? These warriors weren't just strong, they were incredibly disciplined and trained to handle such a formidable weapon. I get tired just holding my phone up sometimes. The thought of swinging a Kanabo around is enough to make my arms ache. These warriors were basically walking tanks, swinging these Kanabos around like they were nothing. Their strength and endurance were legendary, and they made wielding such a heavy weapon look effortless. They say the best defense is a good offense, but with the Kanabo, the offense was the defense. Its sheer destructive power meant that any attack was also a form of defense, leaving opponents with little chance to counter. You wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of one of these things, that's for sure. The fear it instilled was as much a part of its effectiveness as the physical damage it could inflict. So, there you have it, the Kanabo, a weapon so brutal, so effective, and so metal, it makes a chainsaw look like a butter knife. It's a true testament to the power of simplicity and raw strength in the art of war. Next up we've got a weapon that's as deadly as it is stylish, the Kusarigama. This ancient weapon hails from Japan and has a rich history steeped in the art of ninjutsu. It's not just a tool of war, but a symbol of the ingenuity and adaptability of the ninja. Now this isn't your average everyday weapon. The Kusarigama stands out in the vast arsenal of ninja tools due to its unique design and multifaceted use. It's a weapon that demands respect and skill from its wielder. This is some next-level ninja stuff right here. The training required to master the Kusarigama is intense and rigorous, often taking years to perfect. It's not just about swinging a chain or slashing with a sickle. It's about understanding the flow of battle and using the weapon's versatility to your advantage. Imagine a sickle, but with a chain attached to it. This combination allows for both close-quarters combat and mid-range attacks, making it a formidable weapon in the hands of a skilled ninja. Now imagine that chain also has a weight on the end of it. This weight isn't just for show, it can be used to strike opponents, entangle their weapons, or even trip them up. Got that image in your head? Good. The Kusarigama's design is both simple and complex, a testament to the ingenuity of its creators. Now imagine a skilled warrior whipping that thing around like it's an extension of their own body. The fluidity and precision required to use the Kusarigama effectively are nothing short of awe-inspiring. They could snag your weapon, trip you up, or even deliver a crushing blow from a distance. The kusarigama's versatility in combat situations made it a favorite among ninjas who needed to adapt quickly to changing circumstances. It's like a medieval Swiss army knife of pain. The kusarigama could be used in a variety of ways, each more devastating than the last. The kusarigama was all about versatility. Whether you needed to defend, attack, or disarm, this weapon had you covered. You could use it to hook an opponent's leg and trip them up, creating an opening for a more lethal strike. Then reel them in for a finishing blow with the sickle. The combination of the chain and sickle allowed for a seamless transition between different combat techniques. Or, you could swing that weight around and use it to disarm your enemy before they even knew what hit them. The element of surprise was a key factor in the kusarigama's effectiveness. It was a weapon that required a lot of skill and precision to use effectively, demanding not just physical prowess but also mental acuity, but in the right hands it was absolutely devastating. A master of the kusarigama could turn the tide of battle with just a few well-placed moves. It's like trying to fight a ninja who's also a master of yo-yo tricks. The unpredictability of the kusarigama made it a nightmare for opponents. You never knew what was coming next. The kusarigama's versatility and the ninja's creativity made for a lethal combination. The kusarigama was a weapon that instilled fear in the hearts of its enemies. The mere sight of it could send shivers down the spine of even the most seasoned warriors. Just the sight of that chain whirling through the air, the glint of the sickle blade catching the light. It was a visual representation of impending doom. It was enough to make even the bravest warrior think twice about engaging in battle. The psychological impact of the kusarigama was as significant as its physical damage. So, there you have it, the kusarigama, a weapon that's as deadly as it is stylish. Its unique design and multifaceted use make it a standout in the history of martial arts. It's a reminder that sometimes the most unexpected weapons can be the most effective. The kusarigama is a perfect example of how innovation and skill can turn the tide of battle. Now for a weapon that's both elegant and deadly, the tessen or war fan. This unique piece of Japanese history is more than just a tool for cooling down, it's a symbol of ingenuity and martial prowess. You might be thinking, a fan? Seriously? But don't let its appearance fool you. The tessen is a masterclass in disguise, hiding its lethal potential behind a facade of simplicity. This ain't your grandma's way to beat the heat. It's a weapon that has been cleverly designed to look harmless while packing a serious punch. This is a weapon forged in the fires of feudal Japan. Crafted by skilled blacksmiths, the tessen was made to withstand the rigors of battle. The tessen was often made of iron with sharp, sometimes poisoned outer spokes. These features made it a formidable weapon in the hands of a trained warrior. It could be used to deflect arrows, block swords, and even deliver some nasty strikes of its own. Imagine the surprise of an enemy when faced with such an unassuming yet deadly tool. Imagine being a samurai trained in the art of combat, only to be disarmed and then smacked around with a fancy-looking fan. The tessen was a perfect example of how appearances can be deceiving. Talk about adding insult to injury. The tessen was not just a weapon but a statement, a way to humiliate the opponent while maintaining an air of elegance. But the tessen wasn't just about combat. It had a significant role in the social and cultural fabric of Japan. It was also a symbol of status and authority. Carrying a tessen was a mark of distinction, often reserved for the elite. Samurai would often carry them as a sign of their rank and power. It was a way to display their position without uttering a single word. It's like the ancient Japanese equivalent of a badge and a weapon all rolled into one. The intricate designs on the tessen also reflected the artistry and craftsmanship of its makers. The tessen was a testament to the ingenuity and craftsmanship of the Japanese people. Each fan was a work of art, meticulously crafted to serve both aesthetic and practical purposes. They took a simple, everyday object and turned it into a deadly and elegant weapon. This transformation is a perfect example of how innovation can turn the mundane into the extraordinary. It's a reminder that sometimes the most unassuming things can be the most dangerous. The tessen teaches us to look beyond appearances and appreciate the hidden potential in everyday objects. So next time you see a fan, don't just think of it as a way to cool down. Think of the tessen, the war fan, and remember that even the most innocuous-looking objects can have a hidden edge. The tessen is a fascinating blend of art, culture, and combat, a true testament to the creativity and resourcefulness of the Japanese people. Let's talk about the Yumi, the longbow that was basically the sniper rifle of feudal Japan. This wasn't your average run-of-the-mill bow and arrow. This thing was a work of art. crafted with precision and designed for maximum accuracy and power. The Yumi was taller than a man, sometimes reaching over 7 feet in length. Imagine trying to fire that thing. You'd need arms like tree trunks. But the Japanese samurai were masters of archery, able to hit targets from incredible distances with deadly accuracy. The Yumi's unique asymmetrical design with the grip below the center allowed for a powerful draw and a smooth release, sending arrows flying through the air with incredible speed and force. It was said that a skilled archer could pierce armor with a well-placed shot from a Yumi. The Yumi was more than just a weapon, it was an extension of the samurai's spirit, a symbol of their discipline and mastery of the martial arts. It represented their connection to the natural world and their ability to harness its power. So next time you see a bow and arrow, remember the Yumi, the mighty longbow of the samurai, and appreciate the skill and artistry that went into crafting this legendary weapon. Last but not least, we have the naginata, a pole weapon that's basically the medieval Japanese equivalent of a lightsaber. Okay, maybe not a lightsaber, but it's still pretty darn cool. Imagine a giant razor-sharp blade on the end of a staff, and you've got yourself a naginata. This weapon was favored by both samurai and warrior monks, and for good reason. It was incredibly versatile, able to be used effectively in both close combat and against mounted opponents. Imagine being a cavalryman, charging into battle only to be met by a wall of naginata blades. Not a good day to be wearing a horse, is it? The naginata's curved blade was designed for slashing and hooking, allowing the wielder to disarm opponents or even pull them off their horses. It was a weapon that required both strength and agility, but in the right hands it was a force to be reckoned with. The naginata was more than just a weapon, it was a symbol of grace and power, often wielded by female warriors known as onabuchi, who defended their homes and families with unmatched ferocity. Talk about girl power. So there you have it, the naginata, a weapon that's as elegant as it is deadly. It's a reminder that sometimes the best way to fight is with a weapon that's as versatile as it is intimidating. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning about these incredible Japanese ancient weapons, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more fascinating content. We had a blast exploring the history of these weapons, and we hope you learned something new today. Remember, history can be just as exciting as any video game or action movie and sometimes even more brutal. Until next time, stay curious, stay adventurous, and as always, stay awesome.